29.91, lower than the last couple days. What's that shiny stuff on the barometer? T-Rex, want to go outside? Hey, what about you? You want to go outside? Got a special guest again. Well, you're getting used to him. Baloo is here this morning, and Baloo is the sky. How blue is this sky? Oh, wow, look at those hydrangeas. They said the hydrangeas weren't going to bloom. Nice job, Dolores. Just a gorgeous day. So this is subsidence behind yesterday's front. That front was all it could be. It was not isolated severe weather yesterday. It was widespread along and just south of especially I-90 from New York right into Boston. And there was one tornado warning issued yesterday at 2:47 p.m. from the National Weather Service in Gray, Maine. And it was one tornado verification 7 minutes later in Keene, New Hampshire. Skill score yesterday, 100%. Great job, National Weather Service. It was so busy around here, trying to keep an eye on the dogs. We did go down to the beach for a few minutes, went down to Mayflower Beach, and the rumors are swirling about possible drownings at Mayflower Beach yesterday, where it was plenty windy, that's for sure. And it was also very busy. And I got word from a first responder in Dennis this morning, after all, I did grow up here, that there were 3 people pulled from the water, rescued, and are doing okay this morning. So there's some good news there. The weather department's also pretty good news for one day in a row. So it's an every other day weather situation going on here. Yesterday's front was it wasn't really a great thermal boundary. There was pretty chilly air in Maine that was being pushed out by very warm to hot weather. Boston got to 91, Hartford 92 yesterday. So we are in a possible heat wave. Today is going to get to 90. And so that front's off to the east and decaying. That was about 1,007 millibar low, but it was up against this high pressure system over Bermuda. So the pressure gradient tightened, even though it didn't move much here on Cape Cod. So anyhow, today we watched the next front coming out of the Midwest. Now this one has a push of some nice, cool, dry air, but it's not going to come in easily. It's going to come in tomorrow with rounds of severe weather here in New England. Looks like we're going to get a little warm air advection on top of already very warm air early in the day with some showers and thunderstorms. And then midday, going to the 90s with breaks of sunshine, then another intense squall line. Could be more intense than yesterday. And again, we're in the hashing for a possible tornado in southern New England, a little south of the area from yesterday. Tomorrow, more severe weather is likely. Sunday, I'd love to say it looks like beautiful air is going to rush in, but this forecast has been changing. It's not going to be a strong push of cool, dry air on Sunday, and this happens a lot in the winter. Cold air is more dense, and sometimes it comes in waves, and that's what's going to happen. We're going to have strengthening upper level low in southeastern Canada, and there's going to be an additional cold front or colder front on Monday. So I do think it's pretty nice on Sunday. I think any early morning fog should burn off. Not a lot of wind, but it is from the west and northwest, and the dew point is going down through the 60s into the 50s, south to north. And then Monday, here comes another front. This one has another round of showers and thunderstorms on Monday. So that's kind of an evolution in this forecast. We didn't really see that coming. We saw it kind of starting to trickle in. So Monday, and then Tuesday, that's the push of cooler, drier air. I know the sky looks really blue here. It's going to be even more blue and beautiful here. I think Tuesday afternoon, especially southern New England, could be some elevation type cloudiness and showers on Tuesday. Wednesday morning, the GFS actually progs a dew point of 40 in Boston. The strong high pressure system comes out of Canada. Record cold air is possible here in New England, especially northern New England, Maine, I'm thinking, and Quebec, Canada, on Wednesday morning. And then the backside of that high, here comes more trouble. I'm not talking really about tropical trouble. I'm talking about another strong, even colder front that wants to come in next Thursday, Friday out of Canada. And that all scenario looks a lot like what's just happening this yesterday, today, tomorrow. Again, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with even colder air possible here by about day 10 or 12. And so that would bring us to the tropics, where Charlie Orloff a couple days ago says, did you see the GFS running a hurricane up the coast here in like 300 hours? That was a few days ago. Well, now I looked because he told me to. But the National Hurricane Center, a surprise, surprise, what's that on the coast of Florida? Little spin up last night. That's going into Georgia with some heavy rain. That moisture should miss us to the south. Also, another yellow spot over Nicaragua. That should go into Central America and dissipate. So we look at the orange hash and that forecast. We can go to the tropical map here, the forecast from the Euro on the pivotalweather.com, and see that that storm is forecast to start recurving north of the Caribbean and move to the east of Bermuda next week, which makes perfect sense given that this upper level low is coming into southeastern Canada. Anytime you get this upper level low to come into southeastern Canada, that's hurricane repellent. It pushes the air in from Canada. Anything goes off to the south and east. But it's early. Prime hurricane season is still several weeks away. And usually when you get these threats of record cold like we have over the couple times the next couple weeks, on the backside of those, you got to watch out for trouble. And we've had a record wet summer here, partially due to all that cold in Canada. And so the tracks are being laid. Anyhow, Blue, let's go back to the house. All right, I'm gonna leave you with scenes from yesterday. Very busy day. Glad everyone was safe at Mayflower. Come on, Blue, this way, this way. No, this way, yeah, come on. Let's go back to the house. There were a lot of turkeys roaming around here. We get turkey families all over the place, and so much wind. No severe weather here, but I got my friends all reporting. Doug Kent saw the storm coming in from Turn Harbor. Look at the view from inside of his boat. And then the rainbows. Everybody got rainbows. Thank you, Charlie in Brighton, Dennis in Winthrop, Bob Hennessy in Franklin, all reporting the weather yesterday. So very busy. Doing forensics today. When you got a big dog, you need a big watering bowl. He won't go in there, but he likes to water. T-Rex, come on. Rex, this way. Watch, he's scared of him. We need it though. We're still in the heat. 24 more hours. 36 hours.
Are you comfortable, Blue? Any chance you can write a review of staying here for the week? Would you recommend it to other puppies? What do you think? Would you rent this house again?
I don't know. I could use a couple more pillows. Leave me alone.
Oh, pretty puppy. Just a person with a camera. Very busy here, usually. People getting turned around. There's always a waiting line, even on a relatively cloudy day, but it's really warm and nice. It's the part you did not see yesterday. In the good old days, I used to do that regularly. I haven't run a 10K in quite some time for walking now. It's the wind on the north side. Can't imagine the south side. Just barely holding on to the umbrellas right now, but not much longer. It's starting to blow away. Not much I can do. It's not mine, so.
And then they kind of just ghosted us and never got.
How fun. That looks like a blast.
Hey, go, check it out. The ladies are all reading books.
Old school paper. At the beach. It's perfect. Kind of breezy out there, but the tents are holding on. Much less breezy up here against the dune. A lot of wind for a hot day, that's for sure. The turkeys. They're everywhere. What's that, Blue? You got something to say? Who are you talking to? Turkeys are everywhere. There's the babies down there. In the green grass. Dry day on Cape Cod. Sun came out. It's kind of windy at the beach. You liking this weather? It's too hot out. Stay inside. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 adults. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are different size than the ones who were up on the other side of the yard the other day. Does that mean that's the father with the big tail thing going on there? Fanning out? Could that be 3 toms and 2 hens. Anybody know? I know I'm not messing with them. Part of the neighborhood. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Tad breezy. Can you hear me now? Another mission. Got to keep these fancy web cameras going. Pretty unusual. CPU just failed on us. Right up on that gable. Not a bad little point here. Oh, we get the chimney anchored down in case we get a hurricane. It does feel like a hurricane, but you're down so low. You wouldn't know it out there on the water. It's gusting past 35. There's Sandy Neck way out there. Whale watch goes by. It's like a long way to get out of here, huh? Yeah, so I heard there was a couple of rescues down the beach we were at this morning. Sorry to hear that with this wind. And we had some gusts about 45, and I think there was a tornado in southwestern New Hampshire. That's the last I heard. Just got back from fixing the webcam at Mattakees Wharf. Playing with the dogs. I think we wore them out. You worn out, Rex? Had enough for today? Probably enough for today, but who knows? I always keep rolling video. Good boy. Some of them like the wind. Kind of blocked. The wind's kind of blocked by the building, I think.
Yeah.
So it's cool. Yeah, this is good. We're good.
Yeah.